Hello and welcome to episode 47 of the Jumping Through Hoops podcast. So I'm really excited because in this episode I am interviewing a beautiful lady. Her name is Brianna Rose and she is based in the USA. And she is a Kundalini business coach and she is the CEO of the Light Leader Collective. Now, you might be wondering what that is. So instead of me explaining it all to you, I am going to introduce you straight away, and Brianna is going to start telling us who she is and what she does.
Awesome. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much, Hannah, for having me on. I'm super pumped. And for anyone that's listening, you might be thinking, what is a Kundalini business coach? Like, what is this thing? And I will share with you, a Kundalini business coach is something that I created just over 3 years ago. And I really just started building up the Light Leader movement. And to me, this is really about women getting empowered in what they are, who they are, what their business is, and sharing their gift to the world in a really aligned and authentic way. So my mission is to help women build business differently by understanding how to open up their energy centers, master their energies, master their selves, and build intuitive-based businesses that are so unique to them and are also changing the world and making massive impact.
Amazing. And I probably should have said in the very beginning that I haven't actually met Brianna in person, but I'm on the other side of the pond. But I have been following Brianna on Instagram for about 3 years now. And I think it was the beginning of this year, I saw a post about the Ascension Academy, which I joined in May, and I'm in the midst of it now, which is basic. Actually, I'll let you tell us a bit about what the Ascension Academy is, but I will say, just from my point of view, it has been absolutely life-changing for me. I have changed the whole way that I operate my current business, and I've just started a new business as well. As you probably know, I have my one-on-one coaching, and I'm opening up my group program in September, and it has just been, as I say, I can't really think of a good word other than life-changing, to be quite honest. But I'm going to let Brianna tell us a little bit about what that is, because it kind of, it makes sense to talk about that, because that's how that's how I know of you.
Yeah, totally. Well, first of all, I'm so grateful that you are a student inside the program. You're just such an epic human being, and it's been so cool to watch your own evolution and transformation as you've gone throughout the Ascension Academy. And TAA is like my business baby. I created her a little over 2.5 years ago. We've had over 200 graduates from the program, and really what it is, it's everything that I've gone through and growing and scaling my business to multiple 6 figures and even 7 figures, and how I did it through energy work and alignment first and foremost, and then building the strategy according to your energetic blueprint. So the Ascension Academy is a 3-month deep dive program where we're literally purging and running through anything that does not serve you, any lower limiting beliefs, any subconscious patterns that are holding you back from becoming successful. And we're doing that through Kundalini, human design, traditional Chinese medicine. And then from that really grounded, balanced place, you're learning how to build your business through a really authentic process by making sure you're in alignment first and foremost. And pretty much every person that goes through the program is very similar to Hannah, where they come in with one business and then they leave with an entirely different one, because so much changes and evolves and grows, because when you let go of who you thought you needed to be in order to become successful, and you really just allowed your soul to speak through you, things shift, things change, and you just get so crystal clear on who you are, what your work is, what your message is. And through that deeply aligned place, you create such magic, and people feel that. And that's why our students see so much success, is because there's that innate vibration that's infused into everything that they're doing, saying, and sharing, rather than following some strategy, rather than trying to fit in, rather than trying to see what are the things that work that everyone else is doing. You really start to carve out your own unique path and creating success for yourself.
Amazing. Yeah, absolutely. And I think, I've had business coaches in the past, and it's all been more about the strategy, and it's actually doing this with you and this energy work. It just makes you realize how important it is to clear out everything that is not serving you, and it's actually blocking you and stopping you from moving your business forward. And I think it makes perfect sense, really. And now I've realized what has been holding me back for, I mean, goodness, what, 10 years working as, you know, a business owner. And it's only recently that I realized, actually, yeah, like, this is it. This is what's needed this is the work that's been needed. And I didn't get that before. I'm not saying, no, dissing any business coach I've had in the past, you know, it's worked for the strategy side of things, but actually for the foundation of your whole business, it lies on you, doesn't it? You are your business. And if you haven't done that inner work, then your business is not going to be successful, is it, really? You know. So I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, maybe speak about maybe the energy work for people that are maybe thinking, what is that? Like, you said, Chinese medicine and attracting soulmate clients to you as well.
Yeah. I think that's super important to touch on, because it's not spoken about enough, the energy work that's needed for entrepreneurs or business owners. And that's really why I created the Light Leader Collective and the Ascension Academy, was because prior to all of that, I worked in corporate as a PR marketing director. I worked with small businesses. I've scaled multiple 6, 7, and 8-figure businesses. And when I decided to leave and go out on my own, in my head, I was like, I got this. Like, I got all the strategy. I have all the tools. I have the experience. It's gonna work. And it like kind of works, but like not really. Like, I was struggling so hard, and I was like, why is this not working? I have all of this strategy. I know all the things I'm supposed to do. I'm doing them, but they're not working. And that really led me down the rabbit hole of energy work and meditation and spirituality and the chakra system. And really what started it off for me was understanding the chakras and the energetic blockages. And once I started to learn more about that, I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense as to like why I can't receive money, why I don't feel worthy to receive money, why I don't feel confident to show up online, why I self-sabotage, all those things that I think every single entrepreneur struggles with at some way, place, shape, or form in their business. I started to relate it to the energy. I was like, this makes so much sense. And like, the chakras have been around for thousands of years. And like, that led me to understanding Kundalini and quantum physics and, you know, all of the esoteric medicine. And these are things that have been around not just for like the last 100 years, like it's been around for multiple thousands of years. I'm like, if it's been around for that long, like, let me go dive into it and understand it more. So when you're thinking about energy with an entrepreneur, we all have energy systems. Every single one of us, we all have chakras. If you don't know what a chakra is, go Google it. You know, we all have an energy system. We all have an aura. We all can relate to that feeling that I think we all get, where it's like, oh, I knew I should have done that, but I got afraid and I didn't do it. And like, I really should have listened to myself or my intuition or my gut. Like, we all can relate to like that gut feeling. And really building an intuitive business is activating that gut feeling, harnessing it, making it really strong, and acting upon it, even when it doesn't make sense, even when it's not logical. It's following like that inner fierce, like lioness energy that we all have within us and saying yes to her. And once we follow that energy, typically the doors open up, and it might be really scary because you're going against the norm, you're going against like what you should do. But when you follow your intuition, you're never going to be let down. And that's really where you have to, you know, listen to when we are entrepreneurs, because most of the time it's just us grinding it out behind a computer screen. We don't have a team. We don't have anyone else to bounce the ideas off of. So you really have to learn yourself, your intuition, and what your next steps are.
Yeah. I mean, I'm learning so much. I mean, I never even really knew anything about Chinese medicine before, and how you work with that to create your schedule and what schedule you should have as an entrepreneur, like what time you should be working on and creating content and so on. And that has been, for me, probably so far the most useful part of this, because that schedule working so well for me, even with like 3 kids and running around like crazy. It's grounded, and obviously working with the elements and stuff. I suppose if anyone's wondering what the elements are, it's fire, water, wood, what's the
earth and metal. So good.
so interesting. Like, I mean, that's something I definitely want to learn more about, but it just, I can't really say how much sense it makes. It just makes every sense to me.
Totally. Yeah. And I think what's really cool is that, again, going back to like all this stuff is like old knowledge. Like Chinese medicine has been around for thousands of years. Like if we just go back to our roots and we connect to that, the success is going to be inevitable because we're just coming back to ourselves. So what, you know, you're mentioning, Hannah, is like the 5 elements: fire, water, earth, wood, and metal. We all have them within us. We can all really understand what is our natural pattern to success. When we understand the elements, we can create our schedule based off of the elements. Because I don't know about you, but when I became an entrepreneur, there was like this sense of like, hell yeah, like freedom, like, woo, I can do whatever I want. And then I was like, wait, I could do whatever I want. What do I do? You know, it's like, it's all of a sudden like all this expansion. I was like, when do I wake up? When do I go to sleep? And then I wasn't getting anything done because there was almost so much freedom that I could do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. So having that schedule and understanding the energy of like when I should be working according to myself, I mean, prevents burnout, allows you to maximize your productivity, and all of that are just like, you know, exactly what you want to hear when you're an entrepreneur. Like, how do I actually work and what's going to be best for me?
Yeah, absolutely. And I found that really helpful as well, because I literally rebranded my whole business since working with you. I've rebranded everything.
And it's beautiful.
And it's just, you know, before when I plucked out a logo from nowhere, I didn't really think about the colors of it. Did they align with me and like who I am as a person? My personality, everything, nothing aligned at all. And now everything's just like come at me. And it's like, you know, when we did the mood board exercise, that was amazing. That was just literally that. From that, I found my whole new brand, my new logo, everything came from that. And yeah, it's just, so I think it was amazing. But yeah, perhaps, I mean, I have touched on Kundalini before in some past episodes when I spoke with a lady called Shauna. But if you would like to just maybe, if someone is new to listening to the podcast series, then maybe just tell us a little bit about what Kundalini is. I mean, it's good, it's really good stuff, but yeah, maybe everyone, if anyone's never heard of it before, yeah,
I'd love to speak about Kundalini. I feel like this is like my favorite thing to talk about, so I would love to share it. The way I teach and share Kundalini is very different. It's more of a modernized light leader approach to it. Basically what Kundalini energy is, it's an energy that we all have within us. Every single living human being has Kundalini energy. It lives at the base of your spine. And for most human beings, it lays dormant. Like it's just chilling there. It's in your body. It's never activated. But when you are practicing certain breath works or meditations, you can actually activate that energy. And what that energy is your untapped potential. So all of us has like this like reservoir of energy that once activated, it's going to align us to reaching and hitting our goals at such an accelerated rate. So we all have it, just most of us just like never touch into it. But you can speak about this, Hannah, too. It's like once you awaken it, it's a powerful force of energy that's moving through you. And basically what's happening is it's moving through your entire energetic system. So once you awaken that energy, you tell her, I say her because it's a feminine energy. It's literally pure, creative, divine, feminine energy that we all have. Once you awaken her, she's going to go to wherever you need her to go. So let's say you want to have the 6-figure business. Let's say you want to fall in love. Let's say you want to do whatever it is that you want to do in your life. She's going to awaken, move through your energy system, and basically purge and clear out any of the blocks that are preventing you from hitting that goal. So even if it's your business, you're probably going to have to heal a lot of things that have nothing to do with your business, because in order to have like that really successful business, there's a lot of personal stuff that you're probably going to have to move through, heal from, and really just like be present with. So when you're having a Kundalini awakening, as they call it, it can feel a little bit like a shit show, because a lot is just kind of like falling to the ground, and anything that is not pure is just like releasing from you. So that's what happens when you go through the Ascension Academy. You're activating that energy, and you're utilizing that energy to basically navigate through all the different pillars and steps of building a really successful, aligned, intuitive-based business. And the way we teach Kundalini is through yogic postures and breath work called kriyas. Kriyas are sequences of mantras, breath work, mudras, and poses that we put together in a specific sequence for a specific outcome. There's over 8,000 of them. Inside of the Ascension Academy, we teach 6 of them strategically for growing and scaling your business. So once you start practicing it, you start to maneuver through your energy. It's expanding your electromagnetic field. You're reprogramming your subconscious. And you basically, I wouldn't say you become a different person. You just become become more you. Like you shed all the layers that were blocking you from really accessing your own innate wisdom, and peeling back those layers so that way your soul can really step through and shine through. And that's what really creates that transformation in your business and that rebirth in your business, because you've let go of all the layers that you thought that you needed to be to actually become who you already are.
Yeah, and again, because I'm going through the program at the moment, and how you say, you have things are going to come up in your personal life as well. That's totally happened. Because I can feel that all the layers are shedding, and I'm coming back to me and who I was, and I was lost. A lot of people are lost for a long time, and especially there's probably a lot of parents listening to this, mums like me. Like, I think you often lose your identity when you become a parent, and I know that happened with me. My oldest child's 12 now, and I think I've been a mother for the last 12 years, and it's all been, I've kind of forgotten almost who I actually am. And doing this program with you is just kind of brought up so much that I had to face and deal with. And I can feel, it's all shifting now, and I'm coming into myself a lot more. And obviously I feel like I'm able to show up now as me in my business and fully serve people. So, it's been, again, the word life-changing, because I can't it has been. It's just been absolutely amazing. So, I would highly recommend that anybody looks into, obviously, Kundalini. And obviously, how would you suggest, if someone is new to it, that they would perhaps get into it if they not sure where to go? Obviously, you obviously follow Brianna.
Yes, there's a lot of information about Kundalini. You can definitely Google it for sure, but just beware you're going into Google and there's like so much crap out there about what Kundalini is. What I would suggest, if it feels right for anyone that's listening, I do have a free challenge that you can enroll into, and I go over what is Kundalini, how to move it in your body, and then I also give you like a challenge, a Kriya to practice for 40 days. If someone wants that, they can definitely go and check that out, so I can share that with you.
Yeah, actually, if you have a link to that, I will pop that in the show notes. So obviously, if you want to have a look at that, everyone, then you can obviously have a look at that in the show notes, and you can go
and learn more.
So obviously you're the CEO, the Light Leader Collective. So what is a light leader?
Such a good question. A light leader is, it's something that I created 3 years ago, and I was really dropping into, I was like, what is like the movement that I want to create? Like, what is this like energy that I'm bringing through me into my business? And I kept hearing light leader, and I was like, what is that? Like, it's such a, like, I felt it in my whole body. I was like, what is this? And I really like grounded into what are light leaders, and light leaders are empowered people. They are authentic leaders. They are embodied in their work. And more times than not, they're people that have gone through some shit in their lives, and they're using that as an opportunity to help other people, using basically their mess as their message to transform the fear into faith, and really allowing themselves to rise up and make massive change in the world, raise the vibration of the planet through their business, and just elevate consciousness. So these are people that are spiritually connected, they are aligned, they are authentic, they're deeply connected to what their work is, they are visionaries, they are impact driven, and because of all of that, success naturally follows them. So these are like the pioneers of the new earth. They're laying down the seeds for this new foundation that we're creating together, so that way we can leave behind a legacy of light, not just for our generation, but for the generations behind us.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, powerful. That's So before we wrap this up, I obviously I can rave and rave about your program, because I am loving it. It's definitely the best program I've ever done, and as I say, I've had a few business coaches in the past, but this has been so helpful on a completely different level to anything before. So obviously thank you for that. It has been amazing, so thank you for creating it. And obviously I highly recommend you and your program. So I know you've said already about the link if anyone wants to do the free challenge with you, but when are you opening the doors again soon? Because I know I'm nearly through the program, aren't they now?
Yes, I know. I'm so sad that your round is almost over. I just love this group so much. We do 3 rounds of the Ascension Academy each year, January, May, and September. So we're going to start enrolling for September's round of the program. It's just super fun. As you know, each collective has like their own energy and vibe to it. And I think your round was our 10th round of it. So we'll be diving into our 11th round of it for September.
Wow. Okay. Amazing.
Pretty wild.
Yeah. And I've just seen you've just launched something else as well. Was that you're actually, people can become Kundalini teachers now through you?
Yes. Yeah. I created a certification program to become a certified light leader coach. And what that does is it teaches you Kundalini, so that way you can infuse it into your business. You'll be able to facilitate immersion experiences, workshops, basically sharing it all, how I coach, what Kundalini is. So that way everyone could be fully like embodied in this work and be able to share it. Cause I just want to create more teachers and leaders on the planet. I was like, I can reach so many people, but how many more people can we reach if we create more teachers and certify people in these teachings to pass them along and share them? So something I'm really excited about.
Yeah, I'm sort of tempted by that. I'm like, wow. But I think I have a lot of yoga teachers that listen to the series, so you know,
awesome.
Hopefully people will want to find out more about. So just lastly then, who should work with you? You know, like, you know, they want to work on their business, they're looking for a business mentor, but who should you work with?
Yeah. Oh, if I had my magic wand, I think already I work with the most amazing human beings. Obviously, I get to work with you. So you guys anyone that's listening, know how amazing Hannah is. And I think for me, the best part of my work is that I get to work with people that are visionaries and that are impact driven. And that's like a dream client. That's a soulmate client to me, is someone that is just like ready to do things differently, that is ready to go after their dreams, that they are devoted to their mission, and they're in it for the long run. Because I think with entrepreneurship, like this isn't just like a thing for a year or two. Like this is like you're committed and you're in it and you want to make a difference in the world. And those are the people that I love working with, that truly have this vision that they want to share. They want to create a movement. They want to create impact. They want to truly change people's lives and do it differently. My whole thing is, you know, going against the grain and not having a cookie cutter business. So my dream for working with people are people that are ready to do things differently, that are ready to get out of the comfort zone. And that can be really scary, because in the beginning, we all just want to follow like this strategy or these like couple of steps to build your business, which I think we all do in the beginning. But, you know, I love working with people that are like, that's cool and that's safe, and I want to try something that's completely different and kind of go after what this intuitive idea is moving through me. Like I see myself speaking on stage. I see myself writing a book. I see myself, you know, booking out programs and doing things really differently. So the people that I get to work with are like the ones like you that are blending all of these things together that wouldn't necessarily like make sense, but it makes sense because it's like all the things that like go together for them, and creating just a new way of doing, being, living, sharing, and teaching.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing. Okay. No, well, thank you so much for doing this with me. It's been amazing, and as I say, I have really enjoyed doing the Ascension Academy with you.
Thank you.
Life-changing. I love that word. But thank you so much, Brianna, and I'm going to pop all of the links in the show notes. So go follow Brianna on Instagram. I think you're at I am Brianna Rose. Is that right?
Yes, that's me.
So Brianna's on Instagram, and I will pop in the link in the show notes for the free challenge if anyone wants to find out a little bit more about what Kundalini is. So thank you so much.
Thank you.